Howdy folks, greetings from Toronto, Canada. I'm here in a pretty little park right in the city limits of Toronto. I've been staying here for the past week with a friend, just doing a little bit of exploring of the city, and I went to Niagara Falls and just kind of experiencing a little bit of a taste of winter before I head to somewhere completely different, Bali, Indonesia. I'm flying there tomorrow and very much looking forward to it. So pretty soon I'll be doing videos in a pair of shorts and sandals on the beach and in the jungle in the sunshine, and probably some rain as well, but definitely going to be a heck of a lot warmer. So really looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. So this video is titled The Anti-Spiritual Spiritual Approach. And the basic concept that I wanted to convey is that there tends to be this belief of, spiritual being kind of contained energy and restricted energy. Just think of, the classic image of the priest sort of hunched over and bowing and acting very humble, or a Buddhist sitting in meditation under a tree somewhere, or spirituality tends to be associated with being kind of clean and nice and proper and humble and very much contained. And not that I have anything against meditating under a tree by any means, or priests in particular, but I think that this is a big misconception and is actually a very quite damaging concept, because restriction of energy is not what it's about whatsoever. The important thing to understand is that vibration is life, and life equals vibration, and that becoming more spiritual, in my view, means becoming more conscious, becoming more alive, becoming more aware, and all of that entails tapping into greater amounts of energy and not seeking to restrict or constrict or tamp down on your spontaneous flow of internal energy. It's exactly the opposite. And it may very well be that in the course of your spiritual path, you come into a this kind of idealistic spiritual frame of mind in which you're just totally tapped into the universal flow of energy, and all you want to do is sit under a tree and meditate, or sit by a creek, or hide away in a cave and just tap into that universal flow. I've certainly experienced it myself many times, temporarily, I'll say, but I've certainly been there where you're just so tuned in and so kind of blissed out that you just want to be, and that's it. But it's important not to come to the misunderstanding that therefore being spiritual means that you should just sit and be and not seek anything, and not seek to change yourself because you're already whole as you are. And so that's a distraction. Going on this grand quest, this adventure to discover oneself, is some kind of a distraction or misconception of the spiritual path. I actually disagree with that. I think that it is important to go on this big grand quest, which may very well take you back to where you are now, the present moment. It may just take you full circle. But it's important to go through that process of self-discovery and, tapping into, seeking out and realizing into your conscious being various aspects of yourself. Not just this image of, someone sitting in silent, peaceful, calm, undisturbed meditation and seeking to adopt that, take on that persona, because that's what spiritual people do. instead, I think it's very important to tap into all aspects of our being, all true and honest aspects of our being, and that may very well mean, finding very disturbing parts of ourselves, frustrated, angry, schizophrenic, borderline crazy, or just excited, passionate, creative, impulsive, spontaneous aspects of our being, because that is energy. That is energy within us, and anytime that you are suppressing energy, then you are actually practicing the opposite of self-love. You're practicing a form of self-hatred, self-denial, and that is the path to constriction of your being, and death of parts of yourself basically. And that is, in my view, not the direction of coming into greater awareness and consciousness and fullness and wholeness of being, but is the opposite of that. So the anti-spiritual spiritual approach then is to sort of cast away this concept of pretending to be humble and at peace and seeking to deal with conflicting, difficult emotions by clamping down on them. Rather than taking that approach, take the opposite of delving into your being, your emotions, your passions, your fears, your spontaneous, primal energy, recognizing that energy is simply energy. There's never anything wrong with energy itself. It's what we do with the energy, how we react, the choices that we make, the actions that we take in response to what we're feeling and experiencing within, that gets imbalanced and causes harm to others and takes us away from source energy and our own internal ecstatic, blissful nature that we have within ourselves. But just because we may take such actions that are imbalanced actions in response to various energies within, does not mean that it is those energies within that are to blame, and that we should then suppress those energies. So my path has very much been one of try everything, do everything, follow my passion, find my creative flow, follow my heart, seek out adventure and different, difficult, challenging, unfamiliar, unknown experiences for the sake of personal growth within the context of a spiritual path. Making life spiritual is just a matter of an intention, really, that I'm here to learn, I'm here to discover who I really am, and to become more peaceful and loving and balanced and whole, and respectful and sensitive and in tune with the universal flow of energy. And that intention is the most important part. And then how you actually go about bringing that about, there are many, many different paths to the same ultimate destination of that space of inner peace and calm and connectedness within. But there is not just one way to go about it. There are infinite different paths to take. And so the basic point I'm getting across is just that of recognizing that energy is life, and that if you're seeking to be more alive, more aware, more conscious, which is all spiritual in my view, then don't suppress, repress, deny your true, honest internal energies, but seek to cultivate them, seek to bring them forth, and to transmute and transform them, so that they become part of your being and so that they become energy in motion, emotion, energy in motion, instead of energy repressed, because the fundamental nature of energy is to move, is to be flowing, is to be vibrating, because that's what energy is. And so anytime that you're practicing self-denial, self-repression, you're repressing your own internal energies, and that is against the universal flow of life. So that's just my thoughts on the subject. Take care, and I'll be broadcasting next from Bali, Indonesia. Namaste.